Hey, Ammon. So we were talking about the Millers and how a lot of people associate them with the ranch. That's not the case, is it?
Well, they do it to, try to make us look bad. But the reality is that the Millers, after the kind of the whole standoff thing came happened in, at the ranch, they came like the next day or whatever, and immediately people recognized that they were people that we didn't want to associate with, that didn't align with our views of trying to be peaceful and trying to make things be the best we could be. And so we asked them to leave. And in fact, Stuart Rhodes from the Oath Keepers actually gave them a little money so they can go get a hotel room somewhere else so they wouldn't be around the ranch because they said they didn't have any money or whatever. So, and I think they gave them some food and stuff, but they did not want them there, and we didn't want them there. Then it was a couple weeks later they went into Las Vegas and shot those two officers, which is really sad. But we recognized that they were somebody that we did not want around and didn't want to associate with them, and we asked them to leave. And so I find it very interesting that like Metropolitan Police, Las Vegas Police Department, Clark County Sheriff's Department, all of them are the same thing, by the way, that they would be in contempt with us about this issue. I mean, when we recognized that they were not someone that we would want to associate with. Uh, and then also, I find it very interesting that the Metropolitan Police Department, Las Vegas Police Department, had met with the Millers prior to the Bundy Ranch, and then also so had the FBI. So I don't know what that's all about. It seems awful odd to me that the FBI would be meeting with these people, then they go to the Bundy Ranch, and then later they kill a couple of officers. So
So somebody was funding them in Vegas and their living expenses, and uh, I've had my theory for a good while. I didn't know that they'd met with the sheriff's department and FBI until you just told me.
well, I
Uh,
know they met with the FBI, and I'm about 98% sure they also met with Metropolitan. This was 10 years ago. But I'm very certain, and I know 100% they met with the FBI, and I'm very, very sure that they met with Metropolitan um, Police Department, Las Vegas. Yeah.
so this is really standard operating procedure for the FBI to get somebody, some useful idiot, and manipulate them, help them. Usually they use some type of, whether it be mind control, people talk about MK Ultra, but also drugs, and I suspect they were heavy on the dope. They were, easy to manipulate their minds into killing somebody.
No, that's what's so sad because the FBI has done this many times. It's kind of become their MO, where they find somebody who's they can control or manipulate to get a crime, commit a crime, to further their agenda, and ultimately make the people look like they're the saviors,
Yeah.
so they can justify their existence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what they do. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's wicked. But I will say, as I said earlier, I go, you know, all things are known by God, and all things in the end will be clear. And if these officers or these agents, that are doing these type of things, you know, come before God and say that, oh, I was just doing my job, that is not going to be an excuse that God will accept. They're accountable for these terrible things that they're doing and causing, and they're personally accountable. So, I mean, that's my testimony and my witness. You know, my witness against them if that's what they're doing.
Thanks, Sam.